Hello, welcome to our From Seed to Harvest Farming Mentorship Series 2025. Today, we are advancing on episode 24 of our mentorship series. And I'm going to be hitting on graduates. The topic is graduates of university. Graduates of universities are lost considering farming practices in Africa. Graduates of universities are lost considering farming practices in Africa. You barely hear of graduates that are making impact in agriculture. What you hear is that after graduating, they are running abroad. After graduating, they are leaving their continent to another continent to go and work. Why will you looking for how to work or how to practice jobs? You are looking for jobs instead of you to be creating jobs. Why are you graduates? You are a graduate. You were trained, and your capacity, your brain capacity has been trained to manage firms, trained to manage firm, to build industrial revolution so that others can come and start working in your firm. But the reverse is the case. You hardly see graduates that are making impact in Africa. But every year you hear about the number of graduates that are graduating from agricultural science from every school. Only in Edo State alone, you have over 300 students graduating every year. Over 300 students graduating from agricultural science. What about Abia? What about Lagos? What about Abuja? What about Port Harcourt? What about Imo State? What about Nasarawa? What about Kogi? What about other states, Bayelsa State, Enugu State? If you take the statistics of only Nigeria alone that are graduating in Nigeria, it is not a small number. Yet, you hardly hear of impacts that our graduates are having towards agriculture. At the end of the day, they will tell you that money is the reason for their excuse because they don't have money. That is the reason why they are not being found in agricultural practices. What does it take to make impact in agricultural practices in Africa? Graduates, where are you? Graduates, why are you lost? You find graduates today who were trained on agri science is in the bank doing cash transaction, is employed as a cashier in the bank. You see graduates who were supposed to be in the farm, who were supposed to be impacting on agricultural science. You see them in eateries doing sales girls and sales reps, doing waitress in hotels. You see them in different places doing security work. Graduates that are supposed to be found in the farms and are supposed to be making impacts in Africa, they are, after graduating, you find them in other places trying to work for people. First year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, they are still parabolating, trying to looking for white collar jobs. Sometimes they travel abroad because their friends is telling them that yes, they've found opportunity and we are all jackbarring. They are happy to say, I'm going to jackbar, I'm going to jackbar. Who told you there's no money in Africa? There is billions to harness from agricultural practice in Africa. A lot of billions to harness, billions, unimaginably billions of money to harvest from agricultural practices in Nigeria. Now, let me talk about why graduates are lost. Why are they not found running agric business in Africa? Many things. Number one, their perception about farming. To them, Farming is often perceived as a low skill or labor intensive occupation, which may not align with the expectation of university graduates. In farming is stipends, small money na farming dey bring. There is nothing in farming. Farming, you just labor and labor and labor and labor. It requires more labor. It requires what? More strength, more manpower than the resources you get from farming. These are the thoughts in their mind. They have lack of exposure. They are trained in universities, in the classrooms, in the lecture halls, but they are not trained in the forests. I would recommend that they should start coming to my farm to locate where the actual training grounds for agricultural science graduates. You find small farms around the schools, and you think that is an impact. I think lecturers should start looking into this direction to start training them. I was thinking about why are these farmers not having interest in doing farming, and yet African schools keep recruiting people who could not make JAMB. They couldn't pass their JAMB. They couldn't make good marks. Maybe they were intending to study medicine. They were intending to study law. They were intending to study other career, but because their cutoff mark did not reach the recommendation for the course they were going into, they just fall to other courses that have a very low cutoff mark, maybe agric science, where others are blowing towards 280 as cutoff mark, 295, 255 in JAMB. Maybe agric science is blowing 130 marks, 150 marks. So lots of people will tend to go towards that direction because it has low cutoff mark. But at the end of the day, you won't find these students in farms. So what is my recommendation? Schools in Africa should stop looking for those people who will be looking for white collar job after graduates, to train them in agricultural science. They should start looking for farmers, serious farmers where in their farming ground. Yes, because farming, forests or farm location is their farming ground, is their real educational ground. That is their place. So locate them and engage them. These are the people to be trained in the school. Yes, go to different farms. Go to your source limited farms. Find out those who are working in the factory. Find out those who are working in the farms, in both crop farms and animal farms. Find out those who are working there. Then give them opportunity of education. Are you getting me now? Give them opportunity of education. If they graduate, if you will not see them running the biggest farm in the world, once they graduate from that class, if you will not see them, because the passion to run agric science is in them. Many who studied other courses in school, they came out and generate the passion of farming after listening to people like us, and they are now crazy into farming. But they study other courses like accounting, banking and finance, microeconomics, and so on and so forth, microbiology. That was what they studied. But when they came out, that was when they became impacted in farming practices. And these people are left behind. These are the true people who will carry the agricultural mind to influence farming in Africa. These are the true people, not those who are looking for white collar job after graduating, not those who are looking for how to travel abroad, how to find pleasure. These are not the true people to be taken to be trained in the universities. Yes, I mean what I'm saying. So my recommendation is that schools curriculum should fix farmers to be educated. Yes, get them educated. Get farmers what? Educated. Make them the actual graduates. because these are the is farmers that are supposed to be schooled in agri science, not those who are eyeing accounting, eyeing to go abroad to go and work for people for life. I pity those graduates who work for people for life. There are graduates like that. Their intention is to work for people for life. Yes. Number 3, career aspirations. Graduates may prioritize career in urban area or in field like technology, finance, and healthcare. You see what is limiting our graduates from going into real agricultural impacts. You see what is limiting them? These are what is limiting them from going into, having impact in agricultural practices. They just need something that is very easy to achieve. Agricultural practice in the real terms is not actually easy to run, but once you get it, by the time you cross the line of pain, there's nothing easy in this life, but there is always no pain, no gain. By the time you cross the line of pain into the other side of pleasure in agri practices, hey, the financial return is geometrical. The financial return is what? Geometrical. Meaning today you have 1 million. In the next 1 week, you are no longer talking about 1 million, you are in 15 million. In the next 1 month, you are no longer talking about times 2, you are already talking about times 5. That is what agri does to those who are practicing it. By the time you cross the line of hardship, you move to the other side of reaping, and you reap massively. You reap intensively. Number 4, limited resources. Limited what? Resources. These are what graduates keep talking about. I do not have money. Those who are making impact today, whose money is running into hundreds of millions, not just hundreds of millions, billions of naira. Where they got their money from? At least they have brain the same way the graduates have brain. They were able to talk to someone who talked to someone who talked to someone, play the game of bringing themselves into financial capital that helped them to run their farm into a very large capacity. So you are not different from these people. Graduates are not different from these people. If these people who are making billions of naira, who are not even educated, can do so, then graduates should not have excuse to say, I have limited financial resources. Number 6,